Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another Hannibal reaction video. Today we're going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to Season 3, Episode 11 of Hannibal. Oh god, I see Merlin back there. It's just every time now, every time I come over here. Merly. Okay. Just gonna try and hope he doesn't do anything crazy. But anyway, as those of you guys that watch my... Sorry. Merlin! As those of you guys that follow my Patreon know, I've been having some technical difficulties with my software that I use to record. I'm very concerned about continued problems with that. So I'm going to try to just jump right into this episode without much more delay, if I can get Merlin to calm down, to hopefully avoid any crashes. So let's get into episode 11. Merlin. Episode 11, Season 3 of Hannibal, continuing the Red Dragon storyline. But self-destructive could be more violent acts against others as well.
Sure his death would affect whatever's inside him. You must know something about him, otherwise you wouldn't have found him. Jack Crawford, fisher of men. Watching my cork move against the current.
It's a really good description for Jack.
Again. Hannibal told me where to find him. He knows. He knows where the dragon is.
At least to some degree.
Graham interests me. I'm looking for an investigator. Not very handsome, but purposeful. He has a family.
Here we go. He looks so relieved.
Kill them all.
I just had a thought, because they were showing Will's dogs.
Something's wrong with the dogs.
No. I was just gonna say that they better not have anything actually happen to Will's dogs, because you know that he kills the pets first.
They may have gotten into something they shouldn't have. Has there been any changes in their diet? My husband usually makes their food from scratch.
So he poisoned them?
And it's a lot of work, so...
That's how he got to all the dogs.
Is that canned food made in China? Is it
This is
vaccine made in China?
nothing to do with canned food made in China.
Poisoned by Chinese pet food all the time. Are the dogs gonna die? No, they're not gonna. Are the dogs gonna die? No, I mean, you've got them here really fast.
Okay.
Activated charcoal should soak up whatever's in their system.
Okay.
It would help though if you could bring
I was gonna say, I was gonna have a bit of a freak out here. You guys know how I feel about Will's dogs and just animals in general.
That should be fine.
But so of course this is how they're gonna get around that here. Is he tried to poison them, but they found it in time, so they're okay.
You know how I always said that secrets are bad and you shouldn't keep secrets? Well, I have an amendment to that. And we're going to keep this secret for now. Just you and me.
Okay.
It's not a lie.
And so her thinking that she's to blame with the idea of it being the dog food
The dogs again.
is why she isn't going to tell Will, because if she had told Will what happened, even if she thought it was her fault, he would have known immediately that no, you didn't poison them with canned food from China.
Yours.
Oh. Will, I'm not fortune's full, I'm yours. Interesting.
And did you? Brooklyn Museum is closed to the public on Tuesdays.
Hannibal's imagining the moon
That's when we both be going.
above him, imagining the moon above Dolarhyde.
As sophisticated intelligence. Can't be too careful with prey. privacy settings. You know who they are.
Thanks, Hannibal.
Yes. You're willing to let them die. They're not my family, Will. And I'm not letting them die.
Hannibal, is that a little dig there because of the comment Will said before when you said that he was family and he's like, nah. Merlin! I guess smart if they wouldn't have made it to the car and out before he could run up and do that. Ooh. Good thing there's always a car driving by in these situations, right? Oh. She got shot? Okay, she got shot. That's a change. And I didn't see the innocent bystander gets killed part too. Oh! Someone's displeased. Alright, well, this is gonna be interesting. Very different. So a lot of changes here from the books. Not only in that she actually is harmed. I assume she's not gonna die, because, you know, Will's not gonna be left suddenly with a kid, but... And also, a bystander gets killed. But... Also, oh! Merlin just jumped on top of Nala! It changes the dynamic quite a bit for Dolarhyde too, because now he's had a failure, whereas in the source material, you know, he goes after them and he fails, but it's because they kill him. So...
You shouldn't put this guy in a mental hospital. You should kill him.
Oh...
Watch baseball.
Well, it's kind of like hinting back at the Bedelia thing, right? Because she asked Will about Dolarhyde, and she was like, with this new one, are you going to try to save him too? And how she said that when you get the instinct to save someone next time, maybe you should crush them. Kind of the same mentality in a different, very different messenger and setting.
Not since you've been declared insane.
No, little boy.
If only I'd known to ask. Would you have told me the truth?
In my own way, I always have.
I kind of love their little hostile dynamic here in this setting.
Mr. Metcalf, that'll be all for now. Thank you for your time. You've been talking to the Tooth Fairy.
Ooh, he gets up for Jack.
He's not actually known by the name he's chosen. He's the great red rabbit.
That smirk.
You have hugged hell, Dr. Lecter. I often do.
Yes.
You got what you wanted. Suddenly you're very relevant. There is one way for you to stay relevant. And comfortable.
Oop.
You want me to speak with the dragon? Given his recent failure, you believe he will seek counsel?
We need to make your contact work for us. Standing trace order for any time you're on the phone. When he calls, you keep him on the line.
We can't refuse him a sympathetic ear. He no doubt needs it.
I just find it so funny too. Like, she's talking about, you got what you wanted, you're back in the spotlight, you're back in the news, and you're still relevant. But the person who first brought that up as, like, the desire to be important and to have attention as a motivation in Hannibal, that was Chilton. Out of everyone, seeing through Hannibal's, like, vanity
She survived the Great Red Dragon takes a pinch more than luck.
Yeah.
When you look at her now, what do you see?
Oh my god. Okay, so is that one of his primary motivations for doing this?
The Red Dragon, this shy boy would never have dared anything.
Because now Will can never look at his family that it's tainted by Hannibal, will always be associated with Hannibal.
The dragon likely thinks you are as much a monster as you think you are.
God.
Is this a competition?
All right, that was episode 11 of season 3, and just a couple episodes left in the whole series. I'm not going to talk as much as I usually do, guys. Like I said, I'm having some serious issues with recordings working without crashing and saving, and so far we haven't had a crash, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm going to wrap this up quickly. I tried to speak much more during the reaction to get my thoughts out instead of waiting for the end, so that you guys would have a chance to think about the major things that I was focusing on. So if you get a chance to go back, a lot of the stuff that I was really concerned with was Hannibal's motivations, the various different things that could come into his decision-making process here to send him after Will's family, Dolarhyde. And I think we got a glimpse of like a handful of different motivations, maybe all at once, that were leading him down this track, including what we talked about at the end with, you know, his safe family away from Hannibal will forever be tainted now. You know, the jealousy element and vanity desire for Will's attention part of it, the, you know, trying to foster Dolarhyde's own development, and now we also saw a discussion of maybe a competition between Dolarhyde and Will that he's trying to put into place for his various reasons, for, you know, fucking with even just Jack and things in general. Yeah, so a lot of potential different things going into it, and I thought that was interesting. And another big topic I tried to talk about was how this changes the way they change the timeline here of the Dolarhyde story with attacking Will's family. It changes the dynamics of the overall story a lot, and one of the big ways it does that is with Hannibal's motivations, which we talked about. But also, I'm just super curious to see what this is going to mean for the rest of the show, the last couple episodes, because again, as I talked about, Dolarhyde, at this point, after attacking Will's family and Will in the source material, is dead. He's gone. But he's not now, which means they're going to be doing something quite different to wrap up his story. So, first, I'm curious if they're going to continue with the Reba storyline. You know, in the source material, he fakes a suicide with Reba in his house. You know, she doesn't know because she's blind, and sets it up in such a way that Reba and the authorities think that he's dead. And then, of course, he goes after Will's family, but that part's already done. So is he going to try to go after Will again? Is he going to do something else? How is Hannibal going to be involved in this whole situation? Are they just going to scrap the faking suicide storyline? I'd honestly be surprised if they scrap that, because they've followed his Reba storyline extremely closely. That's probably the thing that's been followed more closely in this show than anything else in the source material. So I'd be surprised if that doesn't happen. But when it does happen, I don't know how that's gonna, you know, wrap up. And also just very curious how everything with Will and Hannibal is gonna wrap up, because again, extremely different dynamic between those two than there is in Red Dragon, the book and the movies previously. So, all right, like I said, wrapping it up quicker than usual this time, guys. So apologies again for the delay with technology issues, and hopefully this will come out okay. But thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next time. 2 episodes left. Bye.